My name is Rosario Terracciano. I'm the COO and co-founder of Sunlife Homes.
And I'm Jeff Kershner. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Sunlife Homes.
I'm Kelly Primo, the founder of CEA Marketing Group. And we're here today for a brand interview for Sunlife Homes. And welcome. So let's go ahead and get started. I first want to start out by learning your story. How did you get started?
So I grew up in the west suburbs of Chicago. It was a growing area at the time, and there were houses and subdivisions going up all around where we lived. We actually lived in an older home in town, but I used to, when I was a kid, I was like 12 years old, I would ride my bike and walk through these houses and partially constructed houses. And back in the day where you wouldn't get in trouble for doing that, would walk through these subdivisions. And I fell in love with the design and construction process, and I started my career. I drew homes when I was a kid on a drafting table that my grandfather had given me, and literally, and I'd make my mom and my aunt take me to new home communities. My mom also loved looking at houses, but they would take me out, and we would go to model home communities on the weekends, and actually even when we vacationed. We would go and see houses in different areas. So career-wise, I went to school initially for architecture and decided to go that route and figured I'd be a designer and I'd work in the architectural field. During that process, I realized that architects don't have as much control as those who are actually building the homes. I wanted to be residentially focused, and the architectural profession, that's like people prize big projects, and that's just not. My passion was homes. My passion is designing and constructing housing. So from there, I went and I worked. I got hired as the director of product design for a major regional home builder at the time. In the Chicago suburbs. Unfortunately, when 2008 happened, they went away. So that was the end of that journey. But over time, we started up my own thing and building custom homes in Chicagoland and working in the business up there. And then as my kids got older and transitioned, him and I partnered up through another venture where we were building an investment portfolio for a company and renovating houses. So that's where we met. And so from there, when we launched this business, at that time we were still on the fix and flip side of things and working in renovation, but soon moved into new home construction here in Florida after we opened in Florida. So part of this product dream actually was born out of the COVID crisis. So my family, my kids were still going to school. We lived in suburban Chicago. We were sitting in my daughter's choir concert. It was right after St. Patrick's Day, and she was supposed to go on a choir trip to the Northeast that following Friday. So they had their big concert on Wednesday, and you could just tell the mood in the room that this trip was gonna get canceled. So while I'm sitting in the high school auditorium, I literally booked an Airbnb in Florida to fly down to at least give my kids some kind of spring break. So we flew to Orlando Friday because the trip got canceled on Thursday. Flew to Orlando on Friday, and we ended up staying at that house for a month. Because it was March in Chicago and April in Chicago, and it was cold, and so we stayed in Orlando for a month, and we had already had some business in Florida. So I'm obviously a licensed contractor, so I'm an essential worker in Florida, and we were doing work up in Tampa and Sarasota area. But my family got to live in a house like this. Not quite this nice.
No, it wasn't.
but it had 4 bedrooms and 3 baths and a swimming pool, and I'm sitting there during that time going, why in the world wouldn't everybody want to do this? Yeah. So that's kind of what this whole what we build now. There's a reason that our homes have 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, and a pool, and it's because of that experience and working from there and living there. And I called our Airbnb host, and I'm like, I'm going to stay for a month, and I'll give you a few $100 a week, and it's better than nothing because nobody else is coming. So.
Can you tell me a little bit more about Cape Coral? What's the draw? Why would somebody want to move here?
Yeah, absolutely. Cape Coral, the best part about Cape Coral is the canals. There's, I think it's 400 miles of canals throughout this town. Many of them are golf access areas. This one behind us is actually freshwater, but even still you can boat to lakes and do all sorts of water sports and activities. So Cape Coral it's a great spot for kind of that perfect Florida lifestyle out on the water and enjoying the sunshine.
Nice. So how long does it take to get to the lakes from the canals and the ocean?
To the golf, yeah. So it depends on where you're at. Some of the golf access lots, I mean, you can be in open water in just a little as a few minutes.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So you can boat to Fort Myers Beach in about a half an hour.
Really?
So, yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Explain the scattered lot process and why it's different and why it's like that.
Yeah. So first of all, Cape Coral is the second largest city by land mass in the entire state of Florida. So it is an expansive place, and there are different areas of Cape Coral that are different. I mean, Northwest Cape is a little bit more rural, and whereas like Southeast Cape Coral is closer to downtown Cape Coral is definitely more populated. So there's something for everybody here for sure. But this literally started as a master plan community back in the 50s. So
That's fascinating.
it's just a really, really, really big one. Yeah, it's thousands and thousands. I don't even know how many lots are in Cape Coral, but I know that there's the whole point of this city was to give people from the north the dream. So the Rosen brothers who founded Cape Coral built this city with the idea of selling lots and selling like waterfront living to people in the north, which is not far different than what we're doing at Sunlife. So this is a perfect place for us. We have obviously we have something for everybody when it comes to lot availability. If you want something that's closer to town, we have that. If you want something that's a little more rural, we have that. If you want something that's waterfront, we have that. So a lot of options available here in the town. But it is, I mean, the city's large. I mean, I think there's 230,000 people in Cape Coral now, and continues to grow. It's continually on the fastest growing cities in the U.S. In the top 10.
Well, and to piggyback on that, the lot sizes. I mean,
Right.
10,000 square foot lots, so quarter acre. I mean, in Tampa, you're lucky to get 7,000 square feet. And back in Chicago, I mean, I think they're 6,250 somewhere around there.
Yep.
So.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
houses are
almost
stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, so and in communities.
Even
as
in
well.
the master plan community, you have 40, 50, 60 foot lots. Like you're not getting very few, even master plan communities have 80 foot lots. So it's a nice, you get a yard, you get a pool, and you still have grass even after you have a pool.
And no HOA fees.
Yes, that's a
no
huge
HOA,
point.
that's
So you
another
don't have an
point.
HOA in Cape Coral either, which saves you every month. So
Yes.
For a Midwest buyer, you think of Florida, a lot of people, I mean, Naples is very popular, Sarasota is very popular, and you start doing your research and you quickly discover that you're priced out. It's super expensive. Naples is super expensive. Sarasota is super expensive. And even Tampa, specifically, Tampa's double, the Cape Coral market. So to know that you could come to Cape Coral and to get a house that in Naples would be 1.5 to 2 million, and you could get it in Cape Coral for 700,000, and all of a sudden that Sun Life dream is back.
yeah.
And as I'm not a retiree, but for a retiree, you hear it often. I worked my whole life. I want to retire. I want to be with my grandchildren. I want to be in the pool, and I want to be in the sunshine. And Sun Life gives them that, at a price that doesn't break the bank.
Absolutely.
Does. A lot of the homes that you're even talking about in Sarasota and Naples, the square footage is going to be like maybe
1,500 or
yeah, 1,500 to maybe not even 2,000, and you're paying 1.2.
And the reality is like
It's
this.
a big difference.
This doesn't exist in Naples or Sarasota at scale, right? Where you can be on the water, on a canal, on saltwater, and like it exists in Cape Coral at scale. So you can come here, and there's plenty of spots to choose from. There's different areas. We're actually building a home right now for somebody who from Chicago. I did not know them before before building them a home, but they we're actually almost done with their house, and they live there, but they're about to retire, and they wanted to build down here so he can fish he can go on his boat and go fishing in the afternoons, and so he's actually building this model, and so it's like it's attainable. I mean, you look at especially the affordable parts of the Midwest, Chicago and Ohio and those areas, it's not like people are selling those houses and are walking out with pockets full of cash. So when they come down, this is still relatively affordable also. This is on that same level of affordability that they're used to in the Chicago market or in the upper Midwest. So that this doesn't seem outrageous. This is something you can still do and survive and live a great lifestyle. And long term, like that's not going to stay the same, right? This is going to get more expensive, just like Naples got more expensive, just like Fort Myers got more expensive, just like Tampa got more expensive, and Cape Coral is going to do that too. So if you buy now, like even from a legacy standpoint, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, I mean, this house will absolutely be in the millions.
Oh, for sure.
Yep.
Like on the water like this. I mean, the fact that it isn't already is just surprising to me. Just 'cause I work with a lot of builders, so I see what they're, how much their home, what they're charging for their homes, and not even on the water. So it's definitely very affordable. And I feel like too, feeling bad for the Midwest buyer, because I feel like a lot of them got priced out of the market over the last couple of years.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
So to know that there's something that's attainable still you can buy in Florida and on the water and with a pool and have a big, huge 4-bedroom house, like with a split floor plan like this, it's a deal for sure.
That's the Sun Life right there.
Yeah.
That's it. We offer everything from a 1,300 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, and then all the way up to a home that's it's 2,449 square feet, so just under 2,500 square feet, and that one will be a 4-bedroom, 4-bath. So that's a very large home. So our 1,313 square foot home plan, that is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. That home starts at $294,000. And the appeal on that is it's for entry-level buyers. It's for a lot of times it's single households, or it's a move-down buyer. So it's somebody who's downsizing from a larger home. So people from up north will come down and they'll buy a smaller home down here in Florida. So after that, we have our 1818 floor plan. That's actually our best-selling floor plan. We build the most of those. That's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. So it's a little bit larger, and that's kind of it's entry level. It's first move up. It's first move down on the other end of it. But yeah, that one works out great for multi-generational living because it does have the 2 suites. And then from there we go up to our 2135. That house we introduce a 3-car garage. So the 2135 that starts in the high 3s. That one has a 3-car garage. It also has 4-bedroom, 3-bath. It's also set up with 2 suites. So it works great for move-ups, for families, for multi-generational living. We build that house with a pool. So that can be the full Sun Life experience. And then from there we go up to our 2449 floor plan, which is 4-bedroom, 4-bath. So yeah, that one, we actually haven't built one of those yet. That's our brand new plan offering. So we've got the first ones coming of those. And that one, obviously the largest home we build that one exclusively waterfront. And that one's priced from the high 6s on freshwater and then into the 8s on saltwater.
Okay. Let's see. It sounds like you have something for everyone.
That's the goal.
That's the goal, absolutely. Yeah, appeal to a wide range of buyers. We have layouts that'll work for any life stage and in any situation. So we pride ourselves on open floor plans. We pride ourselves on connectivity with the outdoors, as you can obviously see behind us. So all of our homes will come with a covered lanai. The larger homes will come with the large screen lanai. So we absolutely build it for indoor-outdoor Florida living. People live here because the outdoors are so great.
Can you tell me a little bit of the differences between Sun Life and a big box builder? Not to mention any names on the big box builder side, but.
Sure. Without naming names, some of the things that we do that sets us apart, I think, just even simple stuff behind the walls that people don't even see. Many of the big box builders have gone to extreme stud spacing so the drywall's not anchored as much as it is in our homes. You see a lot of it on the fit and finish. So we give you we give you quartz countertops in every home that we sell. We give you raised panel doors in every home that we sell. We have better casing, better baseboard, better flooring. So we try to give an elevated spec at a very reasonable price. So I think that's where we lead. And again, it's back to the quality piece. It's every home has to pass my standard before anybody sees it.
In this home, there's plenty of places for storage and a huge walk-in pantry. I mean, wow.
The walk-in pantry
That's amazing.
That is absolutely the best feature in this house. People love that room. We love it. I mean, it's designed in such a way, even like we've put this through enough iterations now where we now know we have a spot for if you wanted to have an external water cooler that you can plug it in that pantry. Because we thought, oh, I'd love to put my water cooler in here. Like those things come up, and so we can, being that we are local, we are here, we can make those kind of adaptations and continually evolve to a better product on every build that we do.
Impressive.
We look at our warranty work very carefully on a daily basis. It is one of our big topics of discussion on our production calls. Yeah. As a company, we deliver high quality homes, and we want to make sure that if there are any issues, we address them immediately. The walkthrough also gives the customer an opportunity to point out anything that doesn't meet their standards. We go through a rigorous quality control process that takes hours and hours and hours and multiple vendors and multiple trades. But our average insurance premium on our homes is around $1,200. The resale market's not close to that level.
No, it's going to be a lot higher than that.
Yeah, it can be many thousands. I mean, I hear stories of $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a year in insurance. I mean, ours is $100 a month. So when you're looking at, yes, the house might be a little more affordable on the price tag. It's a lot less affordable every month when you're paying that insurance bill and where you're paying that electric bill versus something that's got the new energy features, that's got the low E-glass, that's got the storm resiliency. Like that saves you money in the long run.
Something to note as well, our average build time is 99 days currently.
Your average build time is 99 days?
99 days.
That's really impressive also. I mean, because like I said, that's another reason why someone would want to build with you compared to having to wait. Building a home is stressful to begin with, and that whole waiting time.
Yeah, and I think one of our biggest testimonials is a home inspector purchased our home.
Yeah.
So he inspected a home on another sale and loved the quality, and then he ended up writing an offer on one of our homes.
Yeah, he wasn't even looking for a house. He inspected it for another one of our buyers and ended up buying one himself.
And he tells everybody,
Yep.
It's amazing because we'll see him on Facebook and he's like, this is the best quality built home that I've inspected, and I bought myself one. It was amazing.
That's amazing. So where do you see most of your buyers coming from? I hear that you have a lot coming from the southeast.
Yes, so we've got two regions really where most of our buyers are coming from. Southeast Florida, Miami being one of the biggest cities that folks are moving from. And then the Midwest, I mean, anywhere from Illinois to Minnesota to Ohio and Michigan. So those are the two primary places that folks are moving to Cape Coral from.
So what's the reason, why are so many people moving from Miami to Cape Coral? That's kind of a little 9-day.
Great question. Absolutely. So to give you an idea on one of our entry-level homes that we could sell for under $300,000, that same home in Miami would be closer to $600,000.
Yeah.
And this model, this gorgeous model we're sitting in now, would be north of $1 million in Miami. So for folks who are moving out of Miami, you're still getting the ocean, right? You've got the beach, but you've got same house for half the price.
Yep.
So huge, huge motivation for folks to move out of Miami to
Yeah,
come.
and I think you have space too. Like a lot of the home sites in Cape Coral are very large home sites. They're over 10,000 square feet,
So Puerto
which
Rico.
even if you go into a community, you're going to have a much smaller home site than that typically. So yeah, there's the space aspect of it. There's the affordability aspect of it. It's funny you brought up the buyers coming from the Midwest. We actually sponsor the Twin Spring Training because so many people come from Minneapolis and move
nice.
to Cape Coral.
Okay.
So that's Minneapolis is one of our biggest feeder markets, Minnesota area, and I think it's probably just because it's so darn cold up there that everybody's heading down here in
Yeah.
the wintertime.
I think that one of the other buyer markets that we had discussed also, which are the executive or the family that's still working, and that a lot of people nowadays can work from home.
Yep.
So they're living in Chicago or New York, but then they can see, well, wow, I can get some of those benefits myself. I don't have to be retired for it.
So part of this product dream actually was born out of the COVID crisis. So my family, my kids were still going to school. We lived in suburban Chicago. We were sitting in my daughter's choir concert. It was right after St. Patrick's Day, and she was supposed to go on a choir trip to the Northeast that following Friday. So they had their big concert on Wednesday, and you could just tell the mood in the room that this trip was gonna get canceled. So while I'm sitting in the high school auditorium, I literally booked an Airbnb in Florida to fly down to at least give my kids some kind of spring break. So we flew to Orlando Friday because the trip got canceled on Thursday. Flew to Orlando on Friday, and we ended up staying at that house for a month. Because it was March in Chicago and April in Chicago, and it was cold, and so we stayed in Orlando for a month, and we had already had some business in Florida. So I'm obviously a licensed contractor, so I'm an essential worker in Florida, and we were doing work up in Tampa and Sarasota area. But my family got to live in a house like this. Not quite this nice.
No, it wasn't.
but it had 4 bedrooms and 3 baths and a swimming pool, and I'm like, sitting there during that time going, why in the world wouldn't everybody want to do this? Yeah. So that's kind of what what we build now. There's a reason that our homes have 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, and a pool, and it's because of that experience and working from there and living there. And I called our Airbnb host, and I'm like, I'm going to stay for a month, and I'll give you a few $100 a week, and it's better than nothing because nobody else is coming.
So what financing options do first-time buyers typically use when they buy one of your homes?
Yeah, I mean, we'll work with buyers with any kind of financial qualification. We typically we'll see anything from FHA with 3.5% down. We do offer some incentives for FHA buyers where we can help with some closing costs and things of that nature. Conventional buyers, VA buyers, which a lot of people won't work with VA buyers, we absolutely welcome that. We can, generally speaking, we can work with any financing product. We have great lending partners who have seen literally everything, and so nothing's going to surprise us, and we probably have a solution.
Yeah.
So you do have partners that you can refer buyers to?
Absolutely. Yeah, and depending on the unique situation of the buyer, we have multiple lenders we work with, not just one. So we know from experience where people have the best chance of success or be able to achieve the best payment options.
Yes.
So we're gonna make our realtor partners look good, and that we're gonna make sure their client gets the right home. We're not gonna push them into something that doesn't work for them. So we'd much rather you come back with the right buyer than than us trying to push a wrong buyer into one of our homes.
Yep.
And so there are times where we'll get a buyer who just wants things that aren't us, that they're better off with a custom home builder, or on the other side of that, they're better off going with a big box builder because they're so price sensitive and their budget is at a point where we can't make the numbers work, and we'd rather them go with an alternative than fail with us. So
Okay. And this one you both can answer separately, but what makes you get up every day and want to do what you do?
I I just love houses. I have a passion for walking through this product and seeing homes, and it's super cool because we've now completed I don't know, somewhere in the neighborhood of 250 houses here in Cape Coral, and as I drive around, I see people sitting in their backyards of a house we built. It's like, yeah, I give people when they come into town, I'm like, I built that tour. So you drive around and it's like, I built that, and so it's cool to see something come out of the ground and to do it multiple times and to know that you're having an impact on the community. I've said it other times, but I live here in town, so this is where I live, and I live in one of our homes, and so it's fun to be able to share that with others.
Okay, what about you?
There's a Bible verse that says, everything you do it with all your heart, as if you're serving the Lord and not just men or people, right? So we're both men of faith, and I believe that's ultimately what drives us, and that everything we do, we are doing it for God, and we are doing it for a higher purpose. And then, so that's one, but then two, I love this guy. I believe in his vision, and I'm just blessed to come alongside him and help him execute that. And it's a lot of fun. I mean, I know his heart is in every single house. I mean, it really is. And I'll never forget the day he said, I want everybody to experience the sun life, because we weren't going to build pools, and then we started, and then he was like, I want everybody to experience this.
If you could only pass on one principle to every person on your team, what would it be?
I think it's having integrity in everything we do in the process, and being transparent. And I mean, integrity is a big word, and people say it in all sorts of different industries. But for us, it's owning your mistakes. It's owning them quickly. It's treating all of our customers with the honesty and respect that they deserve. We don't play games with integrity on our team. Like if you do anything that's dishonest, you won't be here. Rosario and I both hold our faith very seriously, and we won't. Like, integrity is everything to us, and so we operate in that environment, and I think that's the value that we pass along.
We can't afford as a company to risk our reputation on anyone.
Yeah.
Nobody is above that code. He's not above it, I'm not above
Nope.
it. So our people are certainly not above it.
Yeah, and you said it earlier, but we operate, good news fast, bad news faster. Like we wanna know where we're off track, and we wanna address it quickly. We're not gonna make excuses. If we screw up, we're gonna fix it.
If there's a fire, don't let it keep burning.
Right? Yeah.
It's not gonna get better.
Well, no,
Just tell us right away.
You have to, and reputation is everything. And I mean, those reviews, like one bad review will set you so far back. It's like people don't realize how the good reviews, you're going to sell homes off, and the bad reviews you will not sell because of it.
We have one 1-star
by a
review.
fake person.
No, it's not a fake person. He applied for superintendent. We didn't hire him, so he gave us a 1-star review. He did it to a bunch of other builders in Florida. If you click
So
on
not
his
even a
profile,
homeowner.
not even a homeowner.
Because all the homeowners are 5s.
Yep.
Thank God.
Yeah. No, he applied for a job and we didn't hire him, so he
Yeah.
gave us a 1-star review.
You talk to me about what is your process like if I'm a realtor and I want to sell one of your homes. How do you make it work for me? How does that process look like?
Before you jump into process, I think it's really important to note that both Rosario and I have been realtors for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
So we come from that side of the business. We've been there. yeah, we absolutely understand where our realtors are coming
That's a
from,
great
and
point.
we are realtors today still.
Yeah.
So yeah, we absolutely we love working with realtors, but I'll let you take
I
the
think
process.
I think a lot of builders and even a lot of people don't realize like what realtors have to go through
Absolutely.
just to sell a home, and they easily get discounted easily.
Yep.
So I was knowing that you both come from the realtor side. Like, what does it look like to work with you if I'm a realtor?
Absolutely. Our job is to make their job the easiest job ever.
Absolutely.
The hard part is getting the buyer. They've already done that, right? They've worked their butts off to get that buyer, but now the game's not over, right? Until the deal closes, they're still working with that buyer and trying to keep them engaged and whatnot. So one, we have inventory links that are very easy to send out. I mean, it's web-based, so they can see our inventory list at any time in real time,
Yep,
the different
updates
models,
dynamically.
everything. They can schedule right from there as well. They can contact the listing agent right from the inventory link as well. We're always available to tour. Our agents are, Mitch and Carol, or any of our agents are always available to tour them and meet them at the properties. But the offer process, I think, is what's most stellar about that side of our business. So we have what's called an offer link, where literally the agent will just fill out a few fields, hit submit, and the contract is generated on our end. So they don't even have to draft a contract.
Oh, I know that can take hours to do that.
Yes. They don't have to go in and fill in this or the parcel identification. They don't have to do
Yeah.
any of that. It's all pre-populated for them.
And even on our end, they don't have to wait on our agents to to type it out. Our system is built in such a way that it takes everything and automatically does it. If you're a realtor and you submit an offer on our house right now, let's say you wanted to buy this house that we're sitting in for, I think we're on the market for $649 on this house. You put in your information on that. I could literally go grab my phone off the counter over there, and I could have a contract back to you in 35 seconds.
Nice.
Yeah, so we want our realtor partners to be able to sell our homes quickly and not get bogged down in paperwork.
And with all that,
Still pay a generous commission.
we still pay a generous commission, even though their workload has been reduced tremendously on our deals, because we see the value. We want to work with these agents and we want to pay them generously, but we also want to make their life easier at the same time.
Yep.
And you're also you also will have a process where they can just register their potential homeowners with you, and then from that point, your sales agent will be able to take over the sale from there,
Yeah.
just by making that introduction.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, our realtor partners can be as involved or uninvolved as they want to be. We're never gonna go around them or cut them out of the transaction. They're welcome to stay as involved as they want to be. But we will do the paperwork for them because nobody wants to do paperwork. We're happy to accompany them on any of their tours with their clients of our homes, so that we can point out all the features. We're here to help them do business, and we obviously want their clients to have a great home at the end of it, and we want them to have the home that works for them.
Yes.
So we're gonna make our realtor partners look good, and that we're gonna make sure their client gets the right home. We're not gonna push them into something that doesn't work for them. So we'd much rather you come back with the right buyer than us trying to push a wrong buyer into one of our homes.
Yep. So by the end of this year, God willing, we will have built 400 homes total,
Yeah.
right? 200 this year alone. So that would put us at either first or second for Cape Coral. So we're on pace to be the largest builder in the city of Cape Coral.
And that's impressive because you've been in business for how many years?
We've been building here since 2022.
Yeah.
To be building that many homes that fast really says something about your reputation.
People come to Florida from all over the world to experience this type of living, and we want to deliver that throughout the state, and we think there's a ton of opportunity there. I think in 5 years, I think we'll be all over the place throughout coastal Florida.
Great, that's exciting. How many homes do you envision selling in 5 years from now?
I think we'll be over 1,000.
Okay, that's impressive. Besides Port Charlotte, what other areas do you have your eyes on right now? are you thinking about?
Punta Gorda, I mean, it's right here. It's right in between Port Charlotte and Cape Coral. East Coast, Port St. Lucie,
Yep.
Fort Pierce, Palm Bay. Same areas as Cape Coral, really. I mean, very identical.
Absolutely.
And there's plenty of land there that we can acquire and do the same exact
Exactly.
thing. To Jeff's point. Yeah.
Still affordable,
Yep.
those types of, yeah, those are all
So
great.
within, 30 to 45 minutes of the water.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah, we're not going to Naples.
Yeah.
That's not our product type. We're going to go to markets where we can offer a great product at a great price and offer this lifestyle to a lot of people.
Yep, all those areas will help you stay true to your brand, it sounds like.
This is still relatively affordable also. This is on that same level of affordability that they're used to in the Chicago market or in the upper Midwest. So that this doesn't seem outrageous. This is something you can still do and survive and live a great lifestyle. And long term, like, that's not going to stay the same, right? This is going to get more expensive, just like Naples got more expensive, just like Fort Myers got more expensive, just like Tampa got more expensive, and Cape Coral is going to do that too. So if you buy now, like even from a legacy standpoint, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, I mean, this house will absolutely be in the millions. Home building's a hard job, but it's if you don't have a passion for it, it'll show.
I mean, I wouldn't do it for anybody else.
I won't build a house that I wouldn't live in. And I live in one of our homes, and I actually am in the second house of ours that I live in. So, that's just who we are. It's our DNA.